Okay, time to get going. This is Wednesday, August 26th. Hopefully you're in the right place at the right time for some Qigong. Looks like everybody got here early, so we can just dive right in. Do some warm-ups, do some movement details, and then do the form. Set one form. So to get going with the warm-ups, hands on the kidney points and waist rotations. We do these in all the warm-ups, letting the breath come naturally, tongue touching lightly on the palate. You can keep returning to those two checkpoints throughout all the movements, the form, and through all the warm-ups. Byway, top of the head is still, feet are still. Movement is happening around the dimeridian, the waist meridian. Then massaging up and down, left and right. And then waist rotations other direction. Being mindful of how far the waist is rotating, forward, side, back, side. To get it to rotate the same amount in each direction is going to take different effort in each direction. It's a lot harder for me to get it to go forward than back. Back feels pretty natural and easy, almost like I'm just folding over. Forward forces me to open up lower dantian and a little bit more work. And then palm over palm into the chest, massage. Warming up the chest and switching which hand is on top, massaging the other direction. Then hip rotations, feet shoulder wide, parallel to each other. Fingers or palms into Huan Tiao, and we do the hip rotations. Again, the feet are still, Baihui is still, so the top of the head is in place and the upper body isn't moving around. The shoulders are staying in place as we move the hips, side, back, side, forward. And massaging Huan Tiao. Massaging lower back. Then hip rotations in the other direction. Then palm over palm, bring them into lower dantian, massaging, letting lower dantian be soft. And then switching which hand is on top, massage the other direction. Then feet together, knee rotations, letting the hands rest lightly on the knees, and the eyes are out in front of us, looking at the floor rather than looking down at the toes, which allows us to keep the back straight and can help with balance. Then massaging down on the inside, up on the outside of the kneecaps. rotations, opposite direction. And massaging down on the outside, up on the inside of the kneecaps. And you can do another round of those and either go deeper or shallower, just getting some variation in there. So if you're going shallower, the hands can be higher up on the thighs. If you're going deeper, can let the heels come off the ground. The ball of the foot is always staying connected, weight shifting around on the ball of the foot. Then massaging down the sides of the legs. And variation on the knee rotations, other direction. And massage up the insides of the legs. Feet back together. Interlace the fingers, push down. Arm rotations. Watching the arms, watching the hands with the eyes. And then letting focus come through upper, middle, lower dantian as the hands descend down the front of the body. And we will stretch up, pushing up, extending through the front of the body. Relaxing, pushing up. Relax, push up again. And then over to the right, letting the left side of the body expand, extension through wrist, elbow, shoulder, ribs, hip, knee, ankle, center, pushing up. Center, again to the right. Center and up to the left. Letting the right side of the body expand and open up. Center right. Center right again. Center and then fold at the hua, the hips, and we'll do the arm circles in front of ourselves, coming down the front of the body, down the legs, through the floor, back to upper dantian. Then pushing from upper dantian in front and to the right, to the left. Grabbing the elbows, hanging loose. Grasping ankles. And massaging down the legs. And then patting down the legs. then we'll get a round of kicks in before we do chin to toe. So protecting shu kidney points and kicking out across the body with the heel first down the back of the leg. And after each kick, bring the foot gently down to the floor. And then kicking with the toes down the top of the leg, down the front of the leg. And then chin to toe. So I got at an angle, aligning the torso to that leg, grasping the elbows, pulling at the hua, making circles down the front of the leg, up the toes, back towards yourself. And the back is straight and extended so that the chin and the toe can align to each other. Eyes are looking at the floor, not down at the leg or down at the toes. Then reaching out with 10 fingers, 5 on each hand. And massage the leg. A little bit harder coming down on the outside, a little bit harder coming up on the inside. And pat down the leg. And mind the back on the way up. And walk it off. Over to the other side. I got it at an angle, lining the torso, grasping the elbows, holding from the hua, down the front of the leg, up the toes, back towards yourself. Reaching with all 10 fingers, 5 on each hand. And then massaging the leg and patting down the leg. Lining the back. And going for a little walk before we're back to the right side. Aligning to the extended leg, 6 fingers, 3 on each hand, fold from the hua, and fingers into the ground, eyes into the ground, chin and toe aligned, and can feel out how much of a fold feels right today, how bent the back leg wants to be today. You can play with alignment to the torso to the extended leg, seeing where the extension feels appropriate. Then 2 fingers, 1 on each hand. Grasping the toe. And massage. Pat. Line the back on the way up. And walk it off. And we're back to the left side, line torso, 6 fingers, folding from the paw, reaching down to the floor, eyes into the floor, chin and toe line. Just finding the right extension for today, not looking for the absolute maximum extension you've ever felt, but just exploring. 2 fingers, one on each hand. Grasping the toe. Massage. And pat down the leg. Finding the back on the way up, locking it off. And back to protecting the back. We'll do another round of kicks, 10 heel kicks. Bring the foot down lightly, quietly. And then toe kicks, 10 toe kicks. Feet back together. Pretzel move, right arm comes over the left shoulder. Left hand in front of the face, looking to the right. Aligning palms to ears. You can look for heat of the palms, heat of the ears, heat of your body. Relax. Left hand over right shoulder. Right hand in front of the face, look left. Palms aligned to ears. The exact point at which the palms are pointing isn't too critical, but getting them towards the ears, Laogang connecting to some points in the ears is gonna be good. Relaxing. Back to the other side. Left hand over right shoulder. Right hand from the face, look right. Oh, left hand from the face, look right. Relax. Left hand over right shoulder, right hand in front of face, look left. Relax. Then we'll do shoulder slaps or pats, connecting with the corner of the shoulder and under the armpit. And then arm rotations, left leg bent, right leg extended, left hand on the left thigh, right arm hanging loose. Right arm comes up the front, down the back. Letting momentum and gravity do the work for you. Switching directions. And then pivoting on the heels to let the left arm hang loose. Up in front, down and back. the back, down in front. Slaps or pats on the top of the shoulder and across the back. Switching directions. Back to center, massaging in circles on the shu kidney points. Then massaging da bao on the ribs, lower lymph nodes, chest. A little bit off the center to get the collarbone. Switching sides. Getting the shoulder, rubbing, patting. Other side. Patting. Then massaging up the arm from the tips of the fingers, past the wrist, elbow, shoulder. Turning the arm over, getting down the inside, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers. Getting all the fingertips, getting the thumb. Other side, up from the fingertips, past the shoulders. Down from the shoulder, past the elbow, past the wrist, past the ends of the fingers. Fingertips, thumb tip. And shaking it out, letting the fingers be loose, wrists be loose, arms be loose, shoulders be loose. And then we'll do the tips of the fingers touching each other past the webbing, past the wrist. Good for eye-hand coordination. Switching which hand is on top. Making sure each time the fingertips connect in succession, one after another. Minding the webbing, getting past the wrist. Then massaging Lao Gong, bring the middle finger down into the palm, looking for space in between the pointer finger, middle finger. And then massaging the warmth through the palm and then out to the ends of the fingers. Switching hands. Massaging the palm, Lao Gong. Out to the ends of the fingers. And if the palms aren't warm enough, giving a little extra friction and doing the back of the neck, getting a little bit of shoulder in there. Other side. Then cradling with the left hand and massaging with the right hand, brushing from the collarbone past the chin. Other direction. Back. From left to right. And then cradling with the right and taking the left from left to right. And then from right to left. Massaging the temple, sides of the head, in between the corner of the eye and corner of the ear. Then the corners of the eyes, right ice point. Corners of the nose. Corners of the mouth, getting the V going with the fingers. Other direction, other side. Ears. Massaging out all the lobes of the ears. The whorls of the ears. Forming the V again with the fingers and getting the cheek and in front and in back of the ears. Then drums of heaven with the palms resting lightly on the ears and tapping with just the fingertips. And wash face, comb hair, coming around and shedding any stale, stagnant, tired chi. And then completing the sphere around our head. Onto one leg stand. So letting all of the weight sink into the right leg. Feeling the support of the earth through the entirety of the foot, as much of the foot as possible. Letting the toes spread, really glomming onto the earth, and then feeling that support through the ankle, through the knee, through the hip, and then letting lower dantian rest on that, middle dantian rest on that, upper dantian rest on that, so that that entire stack is stable and the left foot can just play, heel toe on the ground. We're doing circles with the ankle. You can lift the leg. And as the foot comes down, gently finding the ground and letting the weight transfer be gradual. From the right to the left, left toes spread, left foot feeling totally connected to the ground as much as possible. Letting all the weight sink in, supporting lower, middle, upper dantian, and then the right foot is free to play. Heel toe, just wiggling the ankle, lift the leg. And as the foot comes down, finding the ground gradually, even brushing around, and then gradual transfer of the weight back to the right foot, toes spread, 101% of the foot touching the ground. Left leg is free to play however you like. Left leg comes down, gently on the ground, transfer weight. Right leg is free. And even if the right leg doesn't come off the ground, just letting it be totally weightless. Right foot comes down, gently on the ground. We'll get extension through the insides of the legs by squatting down. First bending the left leg with the right leg extended. Right arm extends in line with the right leg, fingers pointing down to the ground, eyes following the fingers into the ground. Left hand can either support you on the bent leg and form a claw. Both shoulders relaxed. And then switching sides, bending the right leg so that the left can extend. Reaching out with the left fingers. Right hand can form claw. Shoulders relaxed, eyes following the fingers down to the ground. Back to center. Side up the insides of the legs. Then we'll do some walking kicks, protecting the back and kicking with the heels. Then kicking with the toes. Then connecting top of the foot across the Achilles tendon. Walking meditation, letting the weight transfer be gradual and the footsteps be light. Borrowing from the one leg stand. All made it through warm-ups can do a single bow and transition into movement details for the day. So, can review what we did last week. I'll face this direction since normally I'm facing the camera just for a second angle. So where we were was last week. What we did was bring the hands to the chest, the middle dantian, and the palms feeling the heat of the body, and the fingers leading the way, rising past the neck, past the face, palms feeling all the way across upper dantian, around upper dantian, until the palms are over Baihui, the very top of the head. Elbows open up, extending to the sides. Shoulders are relaxed, not tense and reaching up. And the fingers interlace. And everything is pointing down. The palms are pointing down through upper dantian, middle dantian, lower dantian, through the pelvis, through the legs down into the floor. And then everything flips, coming up from the floor, through the legs, pelvis, lower, dantian, middle, upper, eyes rise, and look at the palms pushing up to the sky. Then we fold at the hua and bring hands up to knee high, or just bend the elbows if you're not bent over that far. Then push down outside the left little toe, arms, elbows bent, pivoting over to the right, pushing down outside the right little toe. And then while we're still down, coming back to center. And that's as far as we got last week. I'll keep going just to get a feeling for the flow of the movement. The fingers release, pushing past each of their respective feet. Not going too far out, less than a foot out. Inch or so even. Don't need to be far. And then turning the arms over. The weight shifts into the right foot and the left toe pivots. The right hand comes under the left arm. And the left arm is aligned with the left leg. Then we rock forward. And the left hand comes under the right arm, and we rock back. And that's as much as I'm going to cover today, because that rocking movement, there's a lot going on. And I want to be able to break it down and have time to break down everything that's going on with that. So fast forward to the end of last week's movements. Our fingers are interlaced. We're folded from the hua down in front of ourselves, and especially as we're doing this over and over again, don't bend yourself over too far. It's going to put unnecessary strain on your back. Even if you're primarily using your core to hold yourself up, just don't overdo it. Less is more, especially when you're practicing a move over and over again. So just bent over as far as is comfortable, or a little bit less than that, and then the fingers come apart and they push past each of their own feet. And one note on that is, we were pushing up and coming down, there's this roundness where as we flip, there's this feeling of everything comes up from the floor, up through the hands, and the chest is full. And then as we're folding over, we maintain that fullness in between our arms. And we're playing with that as we bring the arms up to knee high and push down. It's always maintaining this roundness and fullness around the arms, and integrating lower dantian, middle dantian, and upper dantian. So just like when we're doing wash, face, comb, hair, we're making this sphere around just our upper dantian, and there's a roundness there. These movements, as we're working the arms and chest, are incorporating a bigger sphere, but it's still a sphere and roundness that is being held and maintained throughout the movements, which, if you can kind of follow that sphere around, it will create a thread between the movements, and the movements will feel more integrated, and the space in between the movements will have more meaning. So just little stuff to play with. Kind of more advanced. There's mechanics that you can worry about that don't involve any of that, but I would say that even if you're not getting the mechanics exactly right, and you're still struggling with some of the mechanics, that just exploring roundness and softness is great no matter how you're moving. If you're moving in Qigong, if you're moving in everyday life, just allowing yourself to be relaxed but still in control, and finding that balance is the secret sauce of Qigong. So we've got that roundness, and we were pushing down each side, and then we're back to center, and then we just let the hands go. But even though the hands are parting ways, there's still the space there in between the arms. The backs of the arms facing each other maintain a connection, and then as the arms turn over, they do so as a whole. It's not just the wrist turning over and the arm being twisted, but as the arms push out and they turn over, the turn, I don't know if this makes any sense or is visible on the video, but the forearm is turning, the aft arm, I don't know what that part is called, but the shoulder as well is turning. Everything is turning together. It's not an isolated movement in the wrists where if you try and like keep your shoulder tight and your elbow tight, just twisting the wrist, that's not what the movement is about. It's all integrated as you fold the whole arm over and they connect. And you can think of it kind of like contact juggling, where if you had a ball and the connection to the arm is maintained the whole time. I don't have a little ball to demonstrate or anything. I should get a prop, but there's a little. Yeah, I got a round little pig. This is a round pig. So here we go. So we got this ball, and as it turns over, the arm turns over, there's this connection all the way around as the arm turns over. And that has happening up the entire arm. So a lot of detail even in this little movement. As we turn the whole arm over, have that connection, maintain the fullness and roundness, and then the weight shifts into the right. And we'll just do the feet to begin with. So can stop bending over if you've been bending over and just relax the back, and we'll focus on the feet for now. So the weight shifts entirely into the right. And then once the weight is in the right, basically doing a one-leg stand, then you can pivot lightly on the left toe. The left toe is connected to the ground. The heel comes up and pivot so that the torso is turning at the same time as the heel comes in. The torso is moving with it so that the extended leg and the torso maintain alignment through that transition of facing directions. And then what we do is we lean forward, which means the weight comes off of the back leg into the front leg, and the back heel comes up, and then we come back and the right heel comes down and the left toe comes up. So doing that all together, as you come forward, the right heel comes up, and then as you come back, the left toe comes up. And that puts us in a good position for what's coming next, which is the macrocosmic orbit with the right hand. But yeah, that's what's going on with the feet. Shift weight into the right, torso turns, left foot, the heel is up off the ground so that the toe can be the pivot point. Rock forward, the left foot is entirely on the ground, heel and toe. The right foot is off the heel. Then as we rock back, left toe comes up. Okay, that's the feet. And then for the arms, what the arms are up to, they'd come around, so we're got that roundness. And then as we turn the torso, the right hand comes under the left hand. And that same idea of you don't want to just turn and you wind up somehow with the right hand under the left arm. Well, it just happens somehow. But being conscious and mindful of, as everything is happening, that it's just kind of a magnetic pull of the right hand to the left elbow. And there's no energy or effort wasted. It doesn't need to come down and then up, or doesn't need to be exceptionally straight and make a Z or just a I don't know what you call that, just a straight line to the elbow, but just finding the most relaxed, natural way for it to wind up there. Then as we rock forward, the right hand is massaging the outside of the left arm. Not literally touching, just the palm, Laogong, is penetrating through the arm. And then as we lean all the way forward, the back of the left hand is focusing on the inside of the right arm. So that alignment happens all the way to the extension of leaning forward. Then at the extension leaning forward, the left hand slips under the right elbow, and we rock back the left hand, the palm focusing on the right outside bottom arm, outside of the arm. And then once the palms are aligned, the right hand follows up the inside of the left arm. So the outside of the right palm is facing the inside of the left arm. And then from there, the right hand drops and form a claw with the left, and you get to macrocosmic orbit. But that's what's going on with the arms. So just shake them out, let them be loose, and do it one more time because there's a lot of detail there. So arms are round. We align the torso. We rock forward. The right hand is coming along the bottom of the left arm. And then the left hand is coming along the inside of the right arm. And then we're all the way forward. And then the left hand comes under the right elbow and we rock back. Left hand under the right arm. And then right hand over the left arm. And then claw macrocosmic orbit. So, yeah, a lot of detail there. You can just play with that even without being bent over or aligning the torso to the side. You can just play with the idea of tracing the palms along the hands, and then there's this idea of Naguan and Weiguan. There's acupuncture points on the wrist that are used for motion sickness, and you can even get bracelets that have little dots on them or beads that will massage those points for you. But the Naguan is on the inside and Weiguan is on the outside. So there's Laogong and then there's Wei Laogong. I think that's right. The outside Laogong. My Chinese is terrible, but there's an outside Laogong just like there's an inside Laogong, and the outside Laogong is what is connecting as the hand comes along the inside of the arm, and then the regular Laogong is connecting along the outside of the arm, and it just keeps on transitioning. And it's always, once you get to the elbow is when it sneaks under, and when you get to the palms are connected for a moment, and then it transitions which palm is doing the tracing. So that could be a little warm-up that you play with throughout the day. Just letting the palms massage the forearms. Okay, and then just to bring it all together, I'll go through the whole thing, foot and arms together. So we're bent over, folded over, fingers come apart, push past each foot, arms turn over, weight into the right leg, left toe pivot, right hand is under the left elbow, we rock forward, the left hand sneaks under the right elbow, we rock back. The left toe is up, and we continue on. And we can close, and that will be enough movement for today. Enough details. We still have to move. We still have to do the form, but that's enough details for today. Yeah. Complicated section and a complicated movement, and that's why I break this down into 3 sub movements with the freeing of the hands and turning them over, and then the angling the body left, and then restoring the forearms. Each one of those things has a lot going on in it, so this is one of those overloaded movements where it's worth a class in its own right, just this one movement. Or maybe I like this one more than others. I don't know. I do enjoy it, but it is complex. So if you've got questions, reach out. Always happy to talk through details and different ways of doing things and modifications that can be made and so on. So yeah, please do reach out if you have any ideas or questions. And with that, we can do 3 bows and then find our space and do the form. So first, bowing to each other and appreciating, coming together, appreciating each other's presence, even if cyber digital presence, and then a bow to our teachers and our teachers' teachers and the lineage holders and the form itself. Then a bow to our environment, earth, sky, atmosphere, space to play, and then we find our space for the form. So if you need to shake anything out from the warm-ups, didn't get something in, or if something is sore from practicing a movement over and over again, just work it out, get comfortable in your body. We're gonna find our space, feet parallel, about shoulder wide, shoulders relaxed, full space under the arms, palms facing the body, tongue touching lightly. Breath comes naturally. Rocking slowly, slightly forward, back, side to side, finding center. And begin. Rolling over, dragging the fingers to the ground, opening to the sky, palms into lower dantian. Pushing the wings, setting the wings, expel. Once again, push, set, palms up to the chest, over the neck, face, top of the head, elbows apart, fingers together. Turning the hands over, flipping, pushing up, folding, up to knee high, push down outside the left, push down outside the right, back to center, fingers come apart, arms turn over, torso lines to the left leg, rock forward, rock back, form claw, macrocosmic orbit. Connect to the foot and flap 3 times. Right hand past the right foot. Right hand forms claw above clavicle. Left macrocosmic orbit. Swoop and flap. Left hand comes to chest. Right hand drops, stir chi. Right hands like clouds. Rinse waist. Single wing. Wrap. Palms below the collarbone. Drag moon from water. Outer moon. And look at the moon. Inner moon. Push left. Push right. Begin fluttering. Look over water. Fly over water. Drink water. Digest water. Grasp chi. Nine. 10. Grasp chi, palms up. Uncurl the fingers. Big ball of chi over to the left. Right hand on top to massage the ball. Turning the ball over, massaging from right to left. And back to center. Absorbing. Reaching up to the sky, bringing it down to the ground. Standing meditation. Rising up, palms to upper dantian, middle, lower. Pausing for a moment before continuing. Hugu Huantiao. Expel. Massaging on the back, making space for 7 steps. Relaxing, massaging, relaxing, massaging. Massaging. And the first set of 7 steps, we're gliding. Fluttering at lower dantian, pivoting on the heels, fluttering up, sides, fluttering forward, then fly. 6, 7. Fluttering to lower dantian, pivoting on heels. Fluttering up, sides, forward. Search for food. Number 7. Palms to knees, to lower dantian, no fluttering as we pivot on the heels and build nest. Pushing all the way down. And pivoting on the left heel, right foot comes forward parallel to the left, and we flutter up. Upper dantian, fluttering to middle dantian, fluttering subsides. Land the hands lower dantian, and sleep. Coming down on the heels, rising up, close. Shoulders relaxed, tongue touching lightly, back at the 0 position, centered and still. Bring the feet together, lock of meditation. Okay, we can close out with 3 bows to each other, to our teachers, and to the environment and world. That's it. Thanks for practicing. Hope you find some ways to adapt Qigong for everyday life. Qigong is a lifelong practice, which means not only for your whole life, but through your whole life. That's another one of the secrets. With its adaptability, it's something you can carry with you all the time. So hope you enjoy that, and I'll either see you tomorrow morning or Saturday. We'll see how the weather is, how the smoke is. It went green today in San Francisco, so that's nice. So we'll see. We'll see if Saturday's in the park or if we're online for that. Okay, that's it. Till next time. Bye.